my name's Suzanne and I garden and grow cut flowers in Devon in the UK. Today I thought I'd have a go at making a frame ready for my sweet peas when they finally can go out into the garden. Generally I grow up to about 60 sweet pea plants and I grow about 50 of those as a wall on a fence, and I grow on both sides about 25 sweet peas on each side. And then I would put the other 10 on little wigwams and pots and things in my cottage garden. I sowed my seeds, I can't remember the date, but I have got a video where I did that, which I will link in the description. And I did go ahead and sow the normal volume of seed that I would sow on any other year. I've now had to rethink things totally, and that is because I need those panels for a different project, because I basically need a secure area for my chickens because the fox has been eating them and their numbers are dwindling and I don't really want any more of them to be eaten. So hence the sweet pea, which are those big cattle panels, they'll be really, really useful at making the chicken run, and I'm sure I can have a go at making an archway for definitely not 60 sweet peas. But maybe 10 of them anyway. So this is the area right here where I'm thinking about building my new sweet pea archway. These are the timber posts that my dad made from a fallen oak tree, so they're pretty solid. And then I've got this length, this is a leftover piece of stock fence from when I fenced my sheep, and I'm just hoping it's going to be long enough. So I'm going to start really simply by putting in 4 corner posts for each side of the archway, and I'm just going to use my metal bar to make a hole. The ground's probably soft enough, I probably didn't need to do this, but I'm so used to putting in posts for the horses all through the year for the electric fencing that I've just sort of got a system where I make a hole with the bar, then pop the post in the hole and give it a few taps with the hammer. And yes, I use the side of the hammer. I'm also well used to splitting the tops of posts, and I know you can get another bit of wood and put on top and then use the hammer, but I didn't have one, so I just used the hammer sideways, and that seems to just save the tops of the post. You'll notice I am not using a tape measure here or a spirit level. This is all being done by eye. This garden is a productive garden, it's a practical garden, it's not an aesthetic garden. As long as it looks okay to me by my eye and it will hold my sweet peas, it doesn't need to be perfect. If I was putting it in my cottage garden, I definitely would be measuring and using a level. Now I've put the first 2 posts in, I'm actually going to go ahead and secure the wire, and I'm just going to use some cable ties. I did think about using staples with a hammer and doing this properly, but having had to take the fence down in the cut flower patch at the early last year and having to remove all those staples, I thought better of it, because if I need to remove this arch for any reason, it'll be much easier if I've just got to cut a few cable ties. So these are just some bits of carpet that I've had on the floor just for walking on. This area was particularly rough and ready, very, very muddy, and you can see it's still muddy. This is my idea of measuring. I really struggled to cut this wire. My hands just didn't have enough strength. In the end, I took to standing on the wire cutters, which was working okay, although the mud was so soft, they were just sinking into the mud. But anyway, after a few attempts, I did manage to cut the little bit of excess wire off. It's a good job you can't actually hear or see what I was saying at the time, because you'll see me smile in a minute, and that's because I know I was using some foul language. So then, just the same as I did on the other side, I'm just going to stick the end bits of the wire into the ground there. It will just mean that the sweet peas will be able to get hold of the wire right down. So hopefully I'll be able to tie the sweet peas into the wire quite easily because it is right in the soil there. So now, just to give the stock fence a bit of extra support at the very top, which sadly some really amateur filming has gone on here, you can't really see what I'm doing, but I've just got some lengths of willow. I would have loved to have made an arch entirely out of willow, but I didn't have long enough lengths. But I did have a few lengths just to help give some more structure to the stock fencing wire that I've used to create the arch. So I'm just going to attach 4 pieces, again where each post is, and then just tie them into the wire and bend them into each other at the top to create the curve. done there on one side. I haven't actually tied it in yet. I will go on to tie that in, and I'll replicate that on this side. And then I just go ahead and stick a couple of extra bits of willow just in the middle. It probably doesn't really need them. I just think I thought it would look a bit nicer. So the sweet peas are looking absolutely fantastic. Really, I'd very much like for them to be planted outside, but I've only just started hardening off just a couple, just to see. I think voles find them poisonous and don't eat them, but I put a few in the cold frame just to see if they get eaten or not. And if they don't get eaten, then I'll put them all in the cold frame to harden off together. And then hopefully we'll be able to get a bit of better weather. I don't know where you are, which country, or even in the UK where you are, but in Devon at the moment, the weather is just sodden. The ground is unworkable. You just cannot do anything for wet, and it's raining right now again, and the weather forecast for the rest of the week is more rain, more showers, more rain and more showers. But hopefully we'll get to do some planting out very soon. Ta-da! I'm really actually quite pleased with it. I really cannot wait to see it when it has some sweet peas growing up. I've just got to decide which of my colours to go with. I might put a post up actually for you to help me decide, because I do quite like purple and orange, but I've got another few colours as well. So I'll do a post about that. Maybe do a choose your favourite colour combinations for my sweet pea arch. Thank you so much for coming along with me today to join me in making my arch. If you do like my content, then please don't forget to give the video a like. And if you'd like to see more similar videos, then don't forget to subscribe too. And if you'd like to contribute in any way towards the making of these videos and my channel, then you can now buy me a coffee, and the link for coffee buying is in the description to this video. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.